everybody, so today I've got the luxury Dior Holiday release. So I've already done a review of the Dior Holiday release, but this is the luxury one. I've got both of the eyeshadow palettes. I've picked up one of the new lipsticks in this beautiful case, and I've got one of the Rouge Dior Forever Liquid Shimmery shades that is just for Christmas, I believe, the Christmas edition. So I cannot wait to try all of these on for you today. I'm going to do an eye look on each side and then try both of the lip products on for you, and I've also got swatches. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah. I'm 47, I'm not a professional, just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I like to show you all of my favourite looks, review the latest products and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. I upload at least twice, if not double at the moment, here on YouTube, twice a week, and if you think you would enjoy this sort of content, I would like it so much if you subscribe to my channel. It is so helpful to me, and if you enjoy this content, if you liked it as well, that's super helpful. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so very much to each and every one of you. You know how much I appreciate you, I really do. And my skin tone, if that's helpful at all, I've got fair to light skin with neutral undertones. Anyway, let's get on with this video. So this collection again has taken me by surprise. It arrived today, it's actually Sunday, and I was expecting it tomorrow, so this is a bit of a rushed put together video, but I wanted to get it out because there's so much coming. I've just ordered the Chanel release, so it's just a bit crazy here at the moment. So I'm hoping I can get my head in gear and get this sorted for you. So I've got my full base on and I'm ready to apply the eyeshadows. And before I do that, here's my swatch video of the collection that I've bought. I've bought not everything, obviously, just one of the lip products from both of the new releases and both the eyeshadow quints. So here is the swatch video for you. So you can see it's an absolutely stunning collection, and if you're wondering what this was, this is a handbag charm, and this came as a gift with purchase. So I think this is absolutely gorgeous actually. I don't know whether to put this on my keys, on the end of a makeup bag. Like for instance, I've got one sitting here now. How cool would this look if I just link it onto there? So many options, but I will 100% be using this. So you may be wondering with these eyeshadow palettes if they're a little bit similar to the Backstage one that has just launched. Here is Celestial Purple, and I've got that here up against the 863 Soir de Bal. So this is the new one here, obviously. So you can see if you think any of these colours are similar, and you can certainly get a similar look from this, but they are different. Then I don't think they will ever make them exactly the same because they want you to buy them. I think the only one that possibly looks the same is, let me show you, this silver in the center with this one. So I'll swatch those together, and this one and this one. So I'll swatch those together as well. So here is the silver from the new quint, and here is the silver from the Backstage. So you can see the finish is different, isn't it? It's not sort of smooth satin like you're getting from Backstage. It's definitely more of a holiday glittery glam finish. And the other one I thought was slightly similar was that sort of beigey brown. So here it is from the Backstage palette, and I'm running out of hand space, sorry. And here it is from the new quint. So they are quite similar, those two. So they're the only two that might be a bit similar, that I think anyway, from that palette. And here it is compared with Silver Essentials from last year. So again, the silver could be slightly similar. So silver is definitely deeper, so I could compare it to these two. I don't really see another one that needs to be compared there. Possibly the pink with this one. So I'll do that for you. So again, we have the silver from the new Quint and the silver from the Backstage. Clearly looking the same, you're just getting that very different finish. Pink from the new Quint. You can see that it's very shimmery. And then this one is from the Backstage. So I think the difference really is that you're just getting more shimmer, more pizzazz. It's definitely more of a holiday palette, whereas the Backstage is more soft, more everyday, I think. So looking at the other one, which is 643, and this one is Golden Masquerade. I'm comparing this now with the Burgundy Neutrals, number 009. So I don't know if you can still get these, but I'm just wondering if you've already got them in your collection, will you find some similarities? So there are some crossovers here, I think. The gold in the new one and the gold in this one. Burgundy red here and this one up here. I think they're quite similar. I could compare these two pinks, the low pink here and this one, but you can definitely see that this one is a lot more bright, so there's probably not much point there. So I'll just compare the gold and the burgundy. So here is the gold from the new Quint and here is the gold from the Backstage palette. Very, very different actually. Again, more impact and definitely more pigment. And then the burgundy shade from the Quint and then from the Backstage palette. Actually, the Backstage one is giving more pigment, isn't it? So if you have burgundy neutrals, you could create something slightly similar, I think, using this one, and this pink here. And I've also got the Warm Essentials, which I'll compare it with. And the only colour I was thinking of comparing here, well, I could compare that burgundy again actually, and it's the sort of salmony pink that we're getting here. I was thinking of comparing it with a middle shade on here, but I don't think they're a match now looking at it. So the burgundy from the Quint compared with the burgundy from the Backstage. So it's a different shade of red. They're not swatching very nicely there, are they? There is a gold actually in this one here, the Warm Essentials. This is the one that came out over the summer, I think it was, this year. So here is the gold from the Quint and here is the gold from that palette Backstage. And again, you're just seeing it's softer and less of a wow shade. This is that sort of pinky salmon shade in the Quint. And it's just too pinky. I don't think there's any point comparing it to any shades in that palette, to be honest. So hopefully that gives you a rough idea, if you've got a collection of Backstage palettes, how you might be able to create these looks without having to buy these new ones, if you're hoping to save a bit of money. So these new palettes cost £60. They are limited edition, and obviously they've got this gold case, which is rather beautiful, until you get all your fingerprints all over it, like I have. And the engraving on this, it says it's the Royal Motifs designed by Pietro Ruffo for Dior. So they are staying on after swatching as well, so that's good. Hopefully they'll last a good few uses, because it really is very pretty, isn't it? So this one is described as having the silver heart and enhanced by luminous shades of taupe, champagne and pink. So I'm going to start my first look now with this Soir de Bal, and I've got my Refer number 1. And I think I will start with this one. So this is the taupe. So I'm going to use this as a transition, but these are all luminous, quite shiny shades. There's no mattes in this palette, but with Dior, because they're quite soft, they're always quite manageable, I find, in the crease, so it works. They're not too much. And they're always very, very easy. And very rarely highly pigmented, so always soft and friendly, user friendly. That is a lovely colour actually, I really like this one. And take some on my Refer number 3 and now run this underneath as well, so it's all matching the entire look at the moment. I just haven't gone across the actual lid, but everywhere else I'm laying down this base. I just realised I was using my Refer 15 mini. I was wondering why it wasn't that fluffy. So I should have been using my Refer number 1, as I said I was, so that would have had a much better effect in the way that this actually spread. But anyway, I did tell you I'm not very with it coming as a bit of a shock today. So now I think I'm going to deepen up with this. And put some here in the outer V to use this as my sort of smoking out shade. And I'm going to take it here to the sort of first third above the crease and in the crease and into the outer V. So this is almost like slightly off black in a way, a smoky black or a deep grey. So it's perfect for going under the eye and just giving it that little bit of depth that I love to get under the eye, and then that little bit of smoke and depth in the outer V. Really lovely actually. So I don't think I'll be using a liner today for this look. I'm quite happy with the sort of depth that gives me. So I'm going to take this pinky shade now on my finger, and I'm going to put this just on the outer part. Oh, that is beautiful. Really works lovely with that colour there. I don't know how to describe this colour. It's actually more of a grey, isn't it? Slightly silvery grey. Gunmetal, maybe? That's how it's looking. When it's deeper under the eye, it's got definitely a sort of different tone to it. They work really beautifully together. I really like that. And then I'm going to take the silver heart. So you've seen from the swatches, this is the one with the impact. Isn't that beautiful? I love silvers and pinks together. I love them. So I think these two together on the eye is perfect. And the eyelid, because everything's going on the eye. Oh, that is so pretty. That is absolutely stunning. Love it. Honestly, this is gorgeous. It really is. And it's very Christmassy, isn't it? I'm feeling that sort of festive vibe straight away as soon as I apply this. This is so evening party, special occasion, perfect. That is really pretty. I'll take a bit more of that pink now, just to sort of blend over in the middle so that they're a bit more blended together. And then take the wrapper number 1 and just smooth it out here into the crease. I'm going to take the silver. I'm actually going to skip the pink. I'm using the 3 wrapper. I'm going to skip the pink under the eye because I never like pink under the eye much on me. So I just want to get the silver here. And then using the wrapper 23, which is a liner brush, I'm going to see if I can just get a bit more of this now, that deeper shade, to just go back in and where I want to line, just maybe get a bit more impact. Go a little bit tighter here to the lash line. I think that worked actually. And then just bring it up here a little bit for sort of a tiny little wing that won't be super visible. And then bring it across the lashes. Tight to the lashes, I mean. Can't speak properly today. Today needed to be a day off because my brain is scrambled with all these Christmas releases. That worked really well as a liner. I'm quite impressed with how well that worked actually. I didn't think I'd get enough out of it to get that much impact. That's perfect. I love it. I'm going to go slightly over it with the pink because I don't want to lose the effect I've got already from that pink. So just making sure I haven't lost any of it there. So to finish now, I'm going to go in with this really light one using my BK Beauty 207. I'm hoping to get a nice pop of light here in the inner corner and take it just slightly up there to meet the grey. Oh, that is really pretty. See that sort of pink shimmer I'm getting there? It's beautiful, isn't it? And I'm going to take a bit under the brow as well. So there we are. That is my finished look with the Soir de Bal. I think that is absolutely stunning. I love it. I thought it looked pretty when I saw it online, but I think it is even more beautiful now that I've used it. I think it is gorgeous. Really, really stunning. And the embossing, even with me using it again after swatching, is still there. It does feel quite thick actually, so that's really good. Unlike the YSL, which literally vanished as soon as I touched it. That was more of a stamp though than an embossing, to be fair. But there we go. What do you think of that look? 10 out of 10 for me, love it. Now we have 643, the Golden Masquerade. This one has the gold heart surrounded by glittery shades of peach and pink and the contrasting matte burgundy. So this is the only one with a matte shade in it. But I'm still going to start with a shimmer. I've just cleaned off my brushes. I'm going to go in with Rapper 1. I think I've picked the right one up this time. I'm going to take this one and put this into my crease and outer V in the same way I did with the lighter shade in this look here. I'm going to use every single shade in the palette. I'm not sure entirely if that's what I would do on an everyday. I'm going to see how it all looks, but I think you could create lots of different looks with these just using 2 colours, 3 colours. So they do have a lot of options really. I think you can definitely get 2 or 3 looks out of them. So again, pretty shimmery for the for above the crease, but still works okay for me. I'm not unhappy with that because it's not too glittery. I'm also getting no fallout so far, nothing on this side and nothing from this one, which is very common with Dior powders. They are just extremely smooth. I'm using the Rapper 3, taking it underneath all the way across, building up that base colour. And now taking the Rapper 15, I'm going to go in with this one. This one could be quite deep on me, so I have to be a bit careful with colours like this on me. I'm hoping as it meets the sort of background I've just laid down, it's going to have that warmth. Yeah, they work well together. As if I went in with this first, I might not have liked it quite as much, but as soon as it meets that, oh, that looks really nice actually. I like that. So this is the warmer of the 2 palettes for sure. This one being very cool toned, isn't it? Very Christmassy, these 2 colours together, aren't they? This one is giving me Christmas Day and this one is giving me New Year's Day. Not that they can't be worn every single day. That's a really nice colour. I really like that. I wasn't expecting to like it as much. I was a bit worried about it, to be honest, but I really like it laid on top of this shade here. Really like that. So I am going to take some with the Rapper 3, but I'm going to just take it to there. I don't want to go too mad with it because it's not the sort of shade I like underneath my eye. So now I'm going to go into this sort of peachy pink using my finger and put that here and see how it looks when it meets with that sort of deep red. So I've got a lot of fallout there. That must have been the matte, so there is a bit of fallout with the matte. Anyway, it cleaned off very easily, so that's good. So this sort of pinky peach, I like it, but I'm not sure. It's pretty. I'm not sure I like it that much up against this red. Like the way the pink works with these is so different in my opinion, but it's still very pretty. Let's see it now with the gold. So I'll take that on my little finger and now I'm going to basically do the rest of my lid. So starting at the very inner section and bringing it to meet this pinky peach. It's almost quite summery, these 2 together. I'm taking the Rapper number 1, just blending it all above here. I think I will go back into this matte and add a bit more because now I've added that peachy pink, it's not quite as obvious, so maybe I do need to build up a little bit more depth, especially there. You know, that's better. Just needed a bit more, I think. I think I lost a bit of it when I added that peach. I'm going to take the peachy pink underneath where it is above, matching, and then I'll do the same with the gold. So above and below are completely matching this time. And then using the BK207 brush, going into this lightest one and using this for my pop of colour here. So yeah, that is coming up. You can see just a little pop of brightness, pinky brightness. And I'm going to pop this here underneath the lid as well, underneath the brow. Honestly, I should be in bed, I think. Talking absolute gibberish today. That is lovely. I've got to say though, this is, when I started it, those first 2 shades was saying Christmas to me, but when I use all shades together, it's saying summer. So to achieve that sort of Christmas look, I would actually take out the peach. I would go in with this again, maybe all over the lid and in the crease, and then go in to deepen up with this, and then take the gold. So when I say all over the lid, I probably wouldn't. Gold all over the lid. This in the inner, in the crease and as a transition, and this one to deepen up. This one for the inner corner, and I would actually leave that one out if you want to get a full sort of Christmassy look, because this just doesn't seem to fit in with a palette for me for Christmas. Just seems a bit, I don't know, do you see what I mean? It just doesn't seem to work that well. I think it would be better without it, unless you're going for a summer look, in which case I'd be very happy with it. I love peachy pinks. So unless you're thinking this is a bargain because you're getting your Christmas and your summer look all in one. But this one worked much more effectively using everything, and all the colours work really nicely together. So for a sort of Christmas, winter, New Year shade look, overall effect. But this one definitely has more of a summer look, I think, using this. So anyway, still very, very beautiful though. So I've gone off camera and added some mascara, and here is both the looks completed. I haven't added any eyeliner on, so this one is probably in need of a bit of eyeliner, but I just wanted to use only the palettes today to show you what I can get from these. So maybe the only thing I could try, actually, even though I've just finished the look, but I'm thinking it now as I'm saying it, is I could try, as I did with this one, to go in with my liner brush, I meant, the 23 Rapper, and see if I can get a bit more out of this if I take this underneath. I've just done my mascara, so it's not the ideal way of doing this. It's also not the sort of colour that I like, but that's why I didn't do it. I always feel I look ill when I use these sorts of colours under the eyes, but it definitely gives a bit more of a line, doesn't it? And maybe it doesn't make me look ill. I often think it looks okay when I'm filming, and then I catch myself in other lights and think, oh, that looks terrible. So I don't always like it. So I'm taking it, like I did on the other side, up for a little bit of a wing, which you can't really see. It's just giving a tiny bit more depth there, and then tighter to the lash line. Yeah, so that gives a nice sort of line. It does work, so you can use it as a liner, depending on how it suits you. A different skin tone to me might work much better. It's not terrible though. I've seen reddy shades look a lot worse on me than that, so I'm quite happy with it actually. So very different looks, aren't they? Very, very different. And I have to say, probably you can guess, I much prefer this one. This one is lovely. I really love this one. This one, I don't know, I just think I needed something a bit more Christmassy in it. Maybe a green would have suited me, and I could have made it a full Christmas, red, gold and green. But a lot of you would probably think that that's too much. But yeah, I just think take this out and go up maybe more with the gold. So I would take this gold and have it across the whole of the lid, so that it really makes the outer sort of red pop a bit more. That's the way. It's not going to work as well now because it's sitting on top of that peachy pink, but that's how I would personally wear this one. I think that's more of a Christmassy sort of look without that peachiness, because it gives that sort of sunset eye look when you do the two together, which I really love, but that's very summery. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts on both of these. So there we have both of them. This one is 10 out of 10 for me. This one, 7 or 8, purely because I think this is the wrong colour. Anyway, otherwise, if they had a different shade here, I'm not really sure what, I can't think now, but something a bit darker, I think. Maybe a deeper shade of taupe, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? But I think it needed something different to that. I've said that too many times now. I'm repeating myself. Oh dear me. Let's move on to lips and look at this absolutely incredible case. I mean, is there anything more beautiful than this case? I had to pick up just one. So you can choose the shade that goes with it. So I just went for a very simple one actually. So this is Nude Mitzah. So it's more of an everyday shade, not really a Christmassy shade, and that's why I'm not doing it last, because the last one is my Christmassy shade. So I'll just try this on so you can see what Nude Mitzah looks like. So these are the Dior Addict range. So this is from the Dior Addict range. Super soft, hydrating, shiny, comfortable, beautiful formula if you're not familiar with it. And this is a very much an everyday shade that I would wear actually with these colours. It's got that sort of warmth. It looks quite nice with those colours actually, doesn't it? Not so much maybe with that. It still looks okay because it is a nude, it'll go with anything really. So yeah, this was really about the packaging because the packaging is exceptional. So obviously you can buy lots of different shades and you can pop them in and change them and mix them around. So I do like to pick up Dior cases when I think they're pretty enough. So I've got a few building now in my collection, and I think this is probably my new favourite because this is stunning. It really is something special, isn't it? So I've taken that off and now I'm going to go in with this. So this is the new Christmas edition. So this is Rouge Dior Forever Liquid, the Sequin Christmas limited edition. These are all glittery and there are 10 different shades to choose from. So I've only picked up one. I have to try and limit it a bit with the amount of things I'm having to buy for the Christmas reviews, but I could have probably picked up 5 or 6 because these look gorgeous. And this costs £40 and you can see it's coming with this gold lid to match the collection. So it's still beautiful packaging. This one, by the way, I forgot to tell you the price. This one is £59, but you are paying £28 for the case, and then you're paying £31 for any of the refills that you put in this. So this is £31 and this is £28. So back to this liquid sequin finish. So I've picked 323 Dazzle, and I'm hoping this will be a good Christmas sort of shade for me. So as I apply this, it's very, very thin. It's not thick at all. I don't know if that means it'll be a bit drying. It feels very smooth. So can you see the glitter in this just sort of peeking through? Very pretty. At the moment very comfortable, but I've got a feeling this is going to feel dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and come back in 5 minutes to tell you how this feels in 5 minutes. So it's just been over 5 minutes and it definitely feels very dry. Oh, it's virtually no transfer, look, that's why it feels so dry. So I do have a little bit of a lip liner on, not one that should be too visible because it's the Charlotte Tilbury Fair, so I don't know if that's what's coming off there. Yeah, so there we are, maybe it was the lip liner. So there's absolutely no transfer. My lips are completely dry, but I think you can sort of see the lines from where it's dried my lips much more than you do with other lipsticks, and I automatically want to reach for something to moisturize them. So for me, I wouldn't wear this as a standalone. I would need to put something else on, and I've got the new Dior Lip Maximizer that just launched with the Backstage release, which was their first sort of stage 1 of their holiday releases. So if you want to see a review of me using the eyeshadow palette and this lip product, plus the highlight palette, you'll find that here on my channel. And I said at the time in that review that I felt that this maximizer has no colour to it at all. It looks like it does when you see it in the bottle, but it doesn't. It is very much a topper. So that's exactly its purpose now on my desktop. It's a topper when I need it. So that's given me the hydration I needed. And now I really like the finish. But for me, I like to have something that's immediately nice. I don't really want something where I have to add something. Even though it's not a problem, I don't mind doing it, but I would prefer it really if it gave me that hydration and shine all in one go. A bit like the Fenty, the Fenty Bomb Sticks, is that what they're called? Gloss Bomb Sticks. These probably my favourite lip product this year because they gave me lipstick, shine, hydration all in one go. And these will probably last. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. If you're going out for an evening, looking at the way this has 0 transfer, if you just want to take a something like a gloss out with you to top up for hydration, then it could actually be very good for that. So saying that, if you're home or you're able to just top up your lipstick throughout the day, then maybe the other option like the Fenty is perfect. but this would actually be a perfect option for an evening out because you probably find that after eating and drinking it's going to have that real longevity. I've tried these formulas before and they can go for hours and hours and go past meals. So actually maybe I should take back what I just said, because for an evening out this is perfect, as long as you've got something like this that you can add on top, I think. What do you think? So there it is with that eye look. Definitely goes with that eye look, doesn't it? So this is shade Dazzle, if you've forgotten the shade. And then it goes with this eye look as well. So it's not particularly strong in pigment, Dazzle, but just right actually. I think it's really pretty. So anyway, that's everything I've tried from this Dior collection. I would love to hear your thoughts on what your favourites are. I know you can tell that mine is definitely this one. I think these formulas, as usual with Dior, are very workable, very user friendly, super easy to apply. You could get at least 2 or 3 looks out of each of these. So I think that they're very sort of flexible from that point of view. Obviously I've used every single shade in these looks to show you what the shades are like, but I could definitely get a more simple look using just 2 to 3, I would say. And those shimmers, the silver and the gold, that are the heart shades, they are beautiful. I think they are stunning. And the lip product, as I said, for a night out, it's a winner. For an everyday or a regular use, not so much. But then maybe this is a Christmas release, so maybe every day is the wrong way of looking at this. So for an evening out, it's probably pretty perfect, to be honest. So, and the packaging is just something out of this world, actually, when it comes to this. These are very pretty. I like the fact they're gold, but they are no different to the standard packaging apart from the fact they're gold. But it is nice that they are, because it makes them feel special, especially when you put it up against this. So this one, just reasonably special, I suppose, but it is still very classy, isn't it? But it really is. So I can't complain. I love Dior. I absolutely do. I doubt you'll ever see me do a Dior review and say I really hate things, because occasionally certain colours don't work for me and certain formulas aren't the best. But on the whole, I'm such a big Dior fan. And yeah, these are winners. I love them. Have you picked either of these eyeshadow palettes up? Have you picked up any of the lip products? I would love to hear your thoughts, or will you be picking them up? I would love to hear what you're thinking about how I've used them, how you're using them, or how you would like to use them, anything at all. Honestly, I would just love to chat with you about it. And if you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I'd appreciate it so much if you subscribed and hit the like button. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so very much. You know I appreciate you all very, very much. And I hope to see all of you again, probably tomorrow or the day after, the way it's going, for another Christmas review probably. Take care everybody. Bye.